I send love. I am love.
The philosophy of the channel.
I am peace. I'm happy.
The world needs a big change,
I am.
of a true revolution.
I send love. I am love.
We can't change the world
I am
if we don't
peace.
change ourselves first.
I'm happy. I am.
The world changes when we meditate.
I am love.
Our only weapons
I am
are
peace.
peace, the love, and meditation.
I am. I send love.
Good meditation
I am
and good
love.
revolution, everyone.
I'm peace. I'm happy.
Welcome to my channel. I am infinitely grateful to
I send
you
love.
to participate in this meditation.
I'm love. I'm peace.
Before starting,
I'm happy.
I would like to advise you to subscribe to my channel, like,
I
and if
send
you
love.
want, write a comment.
I'm love. I'm peace.
Remember to meditate every day if possible, for maximum results.
I am. I send love.
Share this meditation with others. The more we meditate,
I am peace.
the greater the changes in us and in the world.
I'm happy. I am.
Mindfulness, guided mountain
I
meditation,
am love.
balance and stability.
I am peace. I'm happy.
Mountains are sacred places where humanity
I send love.
has always looked for you. Spiritual guidance and renewal.
I am peace. I'm happy.
The mountains communicate a sense of sacredness and personify fear and harmony, harshness and majesty.
I am love. I am peace.
Rise above the rest of the world. Their very presence attracts and looms.
I send love. I am love.
Their nature is primal.
I am peace. I am happy.
Hard as rock,
I am.
solid as marble.
I send love. I am love.
The mountains
I am peace.
are places of visions, where it is possible to measure the panoramic scale of the natural world and its mingling with the fragile ones, but tenacious roots of life.
I am peace. I'm happy.
In history and prehistory of humanity, they performed key functions.
Love. I am love. I am
Among the
peace.
traditional peoples were, and I am still,
Happy.
mother, father, guardian,
I send
protector, ally.
I am love. I am peace.
In meditative practice,
I'm happy.
sometimes it may be useful to borrow
I am.
these wonderful exemplary qualities of the mountains and use them to spur our resolutions and the decision to interpenetrate in the moment with primordial simplicity and purity.
I am. I send love.
The image of the mountain, fixed in the mind's eye and in the body,
I am peace.
he can remember first of all why he is in a meditative session and what does it mean.
I am.
Once we take our seats,
I send.
plunge into the realm of not acting.
I am love. I am peace.
The mountains are
I'm speed.
the emblematic quintessence of presence
I am.
and constant imperturbability.
I send love. I am love.
Mountain meditation can be done as follows
I'm happy.
and modified in accordance with your personal image of the mountain and its meaning.
I send love. I am love.
Location is not important,
Peace.
but I find it more effective than ever
Happy.
when I'm sitting cross-legged,
I am.
so that my body looks like,
I send
and you
love.
feel, more like a mountain,
I am love.
internally and externally.
I am peace. I'm happy.
Anyway,
I am.
do not feel that you have to maintain a position that is not comfortable for you.
I am love.
You can meditate in your usual position.
I am. I send love.
Being on or inside of a mountain
I
helps,
am love.
but it is not necessary. The source of energy is the inner image.
I'm happy. I am.
Imagine the most beautiful mountain you know. Or is it known to you?
I am love.
Whose shape inspires you personally? As you concentrate to see or hear
I
it
send love.
with the mind's eye,
I am
consider
love.
its shape. The elevated
I
peak,
am peace.
the base rooted in the earth's crust,
I'm happy.
the steep slopes, or gently sloping.
I send love. I am love.
Also notice how massive it is,
I am peace.
immobile. She is beautiful,
I'm happy.
both seen from afar and up close.
I am. I send love.
Contemplate the beauty that distinguishes his
I am
profile
peace.
and its shape.
I'm happy. I am.
At the same
I
time,
send love.
personifying universal qualities
I'm love.
that transcend the particularity of constitution and form.
I'm happy. I am.
Maybe your mountain.
I
It has a
send
snowy
love.
top and woods at the lowest altitudes.
I'm peace. I'm happy.
Perhaps it has a soaring top,
I am.
or a series of ridges, or a large plateau.
I'm love. I'm peace.
Whatever its appearance, sit and breathe with the image of the mountain,
I am.
observing it, noting its features.
I'm love. I am peace.
When you feel ready, try to assimilate it within you, so that your body and the mount fixed in the mind's eye
I
are
send
one.
love. I am love. I am peace.
Your boss becomes the top, the arms and shoulders the slopes, buttocks and legs, resting on the pillow placed on the floor, or on the chair.
I am love.
They are the base of the mountain.
I am peace. I'm happy.
Feel in the body
I am.
the sense of elevation of the mountain,
I send love.
and deep in the spine, the axis on which it stands.
I am peace. I'm happy.
Turn into a mountain that breathes,
I am.
uncontrollable in your stillness,
I send love.
in the fullness of being beyond words and thoughts,
I am love.
a focused presence, rooted,
I am peace.
impassive.
I am happy. I am.
Now,
I send
as you know perfectly well, all day long,
love.
while the sun makes its way across the sky,
Peace.
the mountain simply stands still,
I am happy.
but light, shade and colors,
I am.
they change virtually every moment,
I send love.
in its adamantine stillness.
I am love. I am peace.
Even the untrained eye
I am happy.
may notice changes
I
that
am.
happen from hour to hour.
I send love. I am love.
This is reminiscent of Claude Monet's masterpieces, who had the brilliant idea of arranging a series of easels and paint some subjects. How they presented themselves every hour, passing from one canvas to another, while the play of lights,
I am peace.
shadows and colors transformed a cathedral, a river,
I am.
or a mountain, thus attracting the eye of the observer.
I am love. I am peace.
As the light changes,
I'm
night follows day and vice versa,
I
the
am.
mountain remains motionless, just being herself.
I am love. I am peace.
So the mountain always remains itself,
I'm happy.
as each season flows into the next,
I am.
and the weather changes from moment to moment,
Send love.
from one day to another.
I am love. I am peace.
A stillness that contains all changes.
I am. I send love.
In summer, There is no more snow on the mountains. Except perhaps at higher altitudes. Or in the ravines protected from the heat of the sun.
I am. I send love.
In autumn the mountain can unfold.
I am love.
A cover of brilliant and flamboyant
I am
colors.
peace.
And in winter a blanket of snow and ice.
I am. I send
In
love.
any season. May find itself shrouded in clouds. Or fog.
I am peace.
Or whipped by freezing rain.
I'm happy. I am.
Tourists who have come to
I
visit
send
it
love.
are disappointed if you can't see it clearly.
Love.
But it remains indifferent,
I'm peace.
visible or not. With the sun or the clouds. Parched or frozen.
I am.
He just sits. True to itself.
I am love. I'm peace.
Sometimes storms rage around its
I'm
peaks.
happy.
Or is lashed by winds of unimaginable strength. But it is always the
I
same.
send love. I am love. I am. I send love.
Spring is coming. The birds sing again in the trees. The leaves come back on the branches that had dropped them. Flowers bloom in the mountain pastures and on the slopes.
I am.
The streams boil with water. As the snows melt.
I am love. I am peace.
And meanwhile the mountain continues to sit.
I'm happy.
Impassive to the offenses of the climate.
I am.
To what happens on the surface.
I send love.
To the world of appearances.
I am love. I am peace.
As we sit.
I'm happy.
With this image in our mind. We can incorporate the same unshakable characteristics of immobility and grounding. In the face of any change.
Love.
That happens in our life.
I'm peace.
Every second. Hourly.
I'm happy.
Every year.
I am. I send love.
In life and in meditation practice.
Love.
We constantly experience the changing nature of the mind. Of the body.
I'm happy.
And the outside world.
I am. I send love.
We are subject to periods of light and dark. Of bright colors and dull monotony. In storms of violence and varying intensity. Coming both from the outside world. Both from our innermost being.
I'm love. I am peace.
Scourged by strong winds.
I'm happy.
From the cold. And from the
I
rain.
am.
We endure times of darkness and suffering. And we enjoy moments of joy and enthusiasm.
I am peace. I'm happy.
Even our appearance varies constantly.
I am.
Like that of the mountain. Undergoing its own climatic changes and bad weather.
I am love. I am peace.
Turning into a mountain.
I'm happy.
In our meditation.
I am.
We can penetrate its strength and stability.
I send love.
And make them ours. Using his energies. In support of our efforts.
I am peace.
Intended to face every moment with awareness.
I'm happy.
Equanimity and clarity.
I am. I send love.
This could help us.
I am love.
To understand that thoughts.
I am.
The feelings. Worries.
I am happy.
The emotional storms. And crises. Whatever happens to us.
I send love.
They have a lot of similarity with the bad weather that the mountain itself has to undergo.
I am peace. I am happy.
We are inclined to consider them as personal accidents. But their most salient features are impersonal.
I am love. I am peace.
The bad weather of our life
I'm happy.
cannot be ignored or denied,
I am.
but faced, welcomed,
I send love.
listened, understood for what they are,
I am love.
and kept under careful observation,
I am peace.
as they could be fatal to us.
I'm happy. I am
Considering them this way,
love.
we will become aware of a silence,
I am love.
of a tranquility, and a deeper and more unshakable wisdom than we ever thought possible,
Happy.
such as not to be overwhelmed even by storms.
I send love. I am love.
If we will be able to listen to them,
I am
the mountains will teach us all this.
I'm happy.
In any case,
I send love.
meditation in the form of a mountain,
I am
it's just a gimmick. A finger pointing in an unspecified direction.
I'm to be. I am.
We will still have to observe before we move.
I am love. I am peace.
If the image of the mountain can help us
I'm to be.
to acquire stability, the human being is much more interesting and complicated.
I send love. I am love.
We are mountains that breathe. They move,
I'm happy.
dance.
I am. I send love.
We can be solid as rocks,
I am
firm and unwavering, and at the same time malleable, tender and fickle.
I'm happy. I am.
We have a wide range of potential. We can see and hear,
I am love.
know and understand.
I am peace. I'm happy.
We can learn
I am.
to grow up, heal us,
I send love.
especially if we can learn to listen to the inner harmony of things, and to maintain the perpendicularity of the mountain for better or for worse.
I'm happy. I am.
The birds have disappeared from the sky, and now the last cloud dissolves. Let's sit together,
I'm peace.
the mountain and me, as long as only the mountain remains.
I am. I send love. I am love. I am peace. I'm happy. I am. I send
End
love.
of meditation.
I am love. I am peace.
We are infinitely grateful to you
I'm happy.
to have participated in this meditation.
I am. I send love.
Thanks to a telepathic phenomenon,
I am
meditation
peace.
has an influence
I'm
both on us that we practice it, then on the rest of the world.
I send love. I am love.
Meditating, we change both ourselves, then the world we live
I'm
in.
happy. I am. I send
With
love.
this meditation, you have made yourself a better person.
I'm peace. I'm happy.
With this meditation,
I am.
you made the world itself better.
I send love. I'm love.
Thank you so much.
I'm peace.
Good day. And to the next meditation.
I am. I send love. I'm love. I'm peace. I'm happy. I am. I send love.